Hi there, my name is Ansley Iverson. I am a freshman at Texas Tech. My major is University Studies. My concentrations are Family Consumer Sciences, Extended Education, Athletic Coaching, and Organizational Leadership, and this is my personal narrative assignment. Okay, so you asked what the definition of integrative studies was, and I found one that I really liked. And it says, one meaning of integrate is to blend into a whole. In that sense, all learning is integrative, since all learning blends new experiences, information, or perspectives into the learner's total understanding of their world. And so I really thought about how all three of my concentrations are so different. It's really going to combine them together, and integrative studies is going to teach me how to combine all three of those and make a common goal, or make it all make sense. And I thought about how integrative studies is different than interdisciplinary studies. I thought of it like an umbrella, with integrative studies being on top and interdisciplinary studies being on bottom, and kind of like a stepping stone in one of the steps to getting to integrative studies. So a little bit about me. Growing up, my family, I was always taught that you have to work for what you get. Nothing is going to be handed to you. And I really felt a connection with the article we read. One of the quotes says, directors often discriminate against anyone whose resumes do not show a clear progression. And just because you switch jobs every 2 months does not mean there's a progression. Progression in my mind, I'm thinking like higher up positions. And I feel like in our generation, or my generation nowadays, we don't stay at a job long enough to hold higher positions. I feel like lots of the people are all focused about their feelings and how much fun they're having, and about them personally and their mental health and things like that. And the second that they're not having a fun time at their job, or they go through some type of hardship or some kind of disagreement with coworkers, they automatically just drop out and quit. And I feel like that's not how I was raised. I was always raised that you're going to push through those things, and you're going to find different ways to go through those challenges and things like that. And I feel like that's part of integrative studies. I feel like that's part of that, is thinking of different ways to go through that challenge. Another one of the quotes says, what do you want to be doing in 5 years? And most people say something I cannot even now imagine. And I find that kind of crazy, because I have always had a goal in mind. I'm always working to push towards something. And lots of my generation and younger generations don't do that. They're focused on the now and how they feel, and how their mental health is and things like that. Well, that's important, but you also have to better society and better you and better your job, and dropping out of a job every 2 months is not going to get you there. So you asked what our life plan was, kind of, and my plan with my degree is to go and teach a Family Consumer Sciences class at my old high school. Would be great, but if not, that'll be okay. I'd like to teach like a mentor class. That's what I took in high school, and I really enjoyed that. I would also like to teach maybe like a nutrition class, or early childhood development, just simple things like that, kind of like life classes where I can teach my students like life lessons, like how to do an interview and how to fill out a resume, how to change a tire, just simple things like that that you don't necessarily get taught at home that would be nice to be taught at school. I thought about all of those things because I did the mentor class, and we would go to a middle school or elementary school, and we were assigned a student at the beginning of the year, and you were there just to kind of like be a friend, someone for them to talk to. You'd take them out of class, you'd play games with them. But it made me realize that not everybody at home has that good influence and things like that. And so I would like to be that for my high school students. So I would also like to be a coach along with a Family Consumer Sciences teacher. So I would like to maybe coach wrestling, but if that doesn't work out, it's okay. I would also love to coach tennis. I was a cheerleader. I was in band, I was a mascot, I was a special ed track coach. So I'm really kind of open to whatever. In high school, my motto was do all of the things. And so I would like to continue that in college and in my future career. Right now in college, I'm continuing that. I made 2 flag football teams. I did an indoor soccer team. I entered a ping pong tournament. I'm also part of Alpha Xi Delta, which is a sorority here on campus. And I'm about to hold a few leadership positions in that, so that'll be really awesome. And in the future, I would like to be an advisor for that, so that'd be really cool. But whenever I hopefully enter my future career as a teacher, I would like to encourage my students to do everything to the best of their abilities and do all the things they can. Make sure they don't live their life in fear, because that was something I really struggled with my freshman and sophomore year. I really was just kind of confined to band. And then COVID happened, and I really thought I want to put myself out there, so I applied for a drum major position. And then that year I also, I tried out to be the mascot, and those were 2 really big opportunities. And I really got to put myself out there, and it made me realize that I was good at my things, and especially because I worked hard to get there. Putting in the work, you will get better at those things. And so I think showing that to my future students would be really cool. Showing them that it's not scary, like it is scary to try new things, but if you put in the work, good things can come out of it. And so I think that's really important to share with the future generation, is to try new things. Don't be confined to that one little bubble. And then I ended up with this degree because, like I said, I do all the things. And I went to my orientation, and I changed my major like 4 times because nobody could find the right track for me, because I wanted to be a coach and I also wanted to be a teacher. So all of the advisors talked about their place, but they were like, you're not really gonna fit here because you wanna do this as well. And so I found this degree program, and I thought it was really cool because I got to focus on my family consumer sciences, and it's also in education, which is really cool because before that I wasn't gonna have any education classes. And then I'm also minoring, or one of my concentrations is athletic coaching, so that'll give me experience in that realm. And I've actually really enjoyed that. I've gotten to learn a lot about anatomy and exercise physiology and things like that, which I had no idea I was interested in before that. I just thought I wanted to teach students and be around them and like coach them and things like that. But there's a lot more that goes into it. And so I thought that was really interesting, like learning all the bones and things like that. It's really opened my eyes, and like I could be an anatomy teacher. So I'm really open to whatever, and going through this class has really taught me that no matter where I'm at, I can integrate all of my things I've learned to that one position and really make it work, and that's really cool. So one of the questions you asked was about connection, and one of the actual questions was, how do you create continuity from your discontinued experiences? And for me, my experience was through tennis. I ended up playing tennis for 7 years, and I ended up quitting my senior year to do wrestling. And there was about like a month in between the season, kind of, where I quit and where I picked up wrestling. And I really had to sit back and reflect on why I wanted to quit. And I think it was because of the environment that I was in. The people just weren't very kind. They weren't very uplifting. Like, it's a team sport, and I didn't really see very much teamwork go into it. And so I really wanted to change that going into wrestling season. I ended up being the team captain, and so I really got to implement those things on a higher level, and so which was really awesome. I really made sure that everyone was very positive, even when it was kind of hard to be, but positive towards each other and themselves. I made sure that everyone was very uplifting towards each other. And I think it really worked. Like bus rides and meets, everybody was there supporting one another, whereas tennis, it really wasn't like that, and that's what I wanted to see. And so it was really awesome to see that during wrestling season. And I really wanted to make sure that everybody followed through with everything, not just even in wrestling, just classes and things like that. Like, you gotta pass. things like that. You gotta go to practice. Just making sure that they're held accountable. I feel like that wasn't there for me, and so I wanted to be that for somebody else. And the other question was, how will this newfound continuity help shape your career and future plans? In the classroom, hopefully in the future, whenever I'm a teacher, I really hope to be that light for people. I hope that whenever they walk into my classroom, that is just like a ray of sunshine, and that everybody feels positive and things like that. And I feel like I will have more knowledge in different areas of study as well, because I have done so many things, and I would like to say I'm a friendly person, and I have lots of friends, and so I feel like I have lots of knowledge in different areas of study, and I'm very, very open to studying those types of things. So if like a student that I have wants to know more about a certain thing but doesn't have anybody to mentor them in that, I would love to be that person. And then I have my sources, and I can put my slideshow at the end of the presentation if you would like. And then thank you. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving.